I was seeing the resemblance. Even though it's been so many years I last saw my brother. Some village rich elders then, I saw the land too, they were all there. My junior brother thanked me for the push I gave him, that had it been I did not push him, he wouldn't have been where he is today. That he forgives me of everything I did to him. But I want to share this story so that everybody can learn from this story. This story has a lot of lessons and morals to teach, especially brothers, especially those that have senior brothers and have junior brothers. If you have a junior brother, that your junior brother you think is a small boy today can be a big man tomorrow, that you cannot even enter his compound if you not treat him well while you guys were growing up. Do you understand me? If you have a senior brother, kindly treat him well as well, because no one knows tomorrow. Now this man have a junior brother that he gave 8 years gap. While they were growing up, they are the only sons their parents have, and a girl. While they were growing up, he said that he really maltreated his junior brother, that everything they give to him to share to his junior brother, that he will not give it to his junior brother, including properties, including money, including everything. Even the land that was shared to them by their homeowner, because their father died early. The land that was shared to them by their homeowner for him and his junior brother to share. He seized the land, sold the land, and squandered all the money. As at then, his junior brother cannot even speak to him, cannot even challenge him at all. His junior brother only was just angry, and they were just growing. That it got to a point that after he got married, that he was staying in their family house with his own family, that is his wife and children, that they kept maltreating his junior brother, that the wife kept maltreating his junior brother, and they said all manner of things to him, even though his wife told him to be a man and go and build his own house, that this is his junior brother's house, that this is not his house. Do you understand? The last thing that happened that really angered my junior brother is that the only land we had apart from our family house, I sold it and I did not give him his own share. My junior brother came to me and asked me of the money, and I beat him, I chased him out, and he told me and promised me that he's going out and he will not come back the same as he is. I laughed at it and I said, this junior brother, what do you think he can do? All right. That day, that was the last day I saw my junior brother. I did not see him again, although I heard that he stays with his friend elsewhere, which I did not even bother to go and look for him because he's already of age to take care of himself. Honestly, this is a confession. So many years passed. After a few years, I started hearing scores about my junior brother. I started hearing scores. I heard that he has traveled out of the country. I said, that's his business. If you like, let him go and do one or two things there so that they will now arrest him and buy him. I told them that no one should call me if he has any problem about that. I don't have any money to come and bail him out of prison or jail or even any case that he might have. But to my surprise and unfortunately, none of these things I wish to happen to him happened to him. I received no bad news. I received no bad story from him since then till now. Last year in my village, there was this mighty building that an engineer started building, and he employed me because I do menial jobs. He employed me as a foreman in that site, and I was working as his foreman in that site, even though I am also a laborer. The engineer told me that a lot of people recommended highly of me, that I am trustworthy and I'm everything. I told him yes, and that I am also good at my job. I told him yes. I was working in this mansion. Truly, this house was built in an 8 plots of land. I was working in this mansion. I heard that the owner is abroad, even though throughout while we were working in that compound, in that mansion, I never saw the owner. I only heard that he's abroad. Okay, I was working in this house and I heard that the owner have had calls about how I help him, how I do this and do that, that the owner promised to surprise me when he comes back. I was so happy. I was doing this work so happily. While we were doing this work, there was never a break in this construction. It was day in, day out construction. There was never a break. Even on Sundays, we don't even rest. I heard that the oga that have the house have money, and he wants the house to be completed in few months or even shorter than that. So the work was just on and on and on and never off until one day, which was last year's Christmas. By that time, this house construction has been completed, everything complete, both the wiring and everything complete. My brothers and sisters, the engineer called me, said that the oga is back and the oga wants to see me. I was so happy that finally I will get the payment of my good works, because I was so diligent in my work and exposed so many people that came to take things that did not belong to them in that construction site. I walked into this compound. I was asked to sit somewhere, and there I saw some of my village guys that I knew. They were all seated there. I saw our elders. Everybody was just seated there. I was like, what are they doing there? I asked them what are they doing there. They also said that the owner of the place said that he wants to see the elders of the community. I said no problem. We were all seated, and the oga came out. I looked at this guy. I was seeing the resemblance. Even though it's been so many years I last saw my brother, he became so handsome. He became so big. He became so mature. He now had beards. But I can see through his eye, this is my junior brother. Immediately, I recognized who he is, my junior brother. I couldn't move. I tried to run. His security guards held me and told me not to run. He walked up to me and called me by my name and asked me, do I remember who he is? I couldn't say anything. He called his name, that this is he, that I should sit down. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't sit down at all. After much persuasion from the elders and people, because I was not the only one that recognized him. So many other people there recognized him because he grew up in that village. There were shouts everywhere. The elders were shouting. People were shouting. And when everything was calmed, my brother started crying. Told the elders everything I did to him, how I sold our family land and gave him nothing, how I maltreated him, I and my wife maltreated him, how I have been constantly asking him to go and build his own compound, that compound is my compound. Now, in that meeting, those I sold the land to, some village rich elders then I sold the land to, they were all there. And he asked them that please, he would love to buy that land back. And they agreed. He gave them a huge offer and they told him to come tomorrow with his lawyer so that they can do an agreement. And this is how my junior brother bought back all the lands I sold to people. He bought them back. And they now belongs to him because obviously I have sold the land and I had not given penny out of the land. That day, my junior brother thanked me for the push I gave him, that had it been I did not push him, he wouldn't have been where he is today. That he's so grateful. That he forgives me of everything I did to him, but I should never step a foot inside that compound, I and my family. He told me I still remain his senior brother, but I should never come to him for anything at all. That he had, I said then, nobody should call him while I was abroad if I have problem. And he told me if I have my own problem, I should not call him. All these things were happening before the elders. Everyone tried to shut him up, not to say it. Pleaded with him not to say it, but yet he asked everyone to be calm and he completed what he was saying. And I was asked to walk out of the compound. This is the last time I saw my junior brother, and this is the last time I stepped my foot inside that compound. Now, I'm not sharing this story for people to give me advice. I'm sharing this story for people to learn, especially those that have junior brothers, because in my community, I have a lot of friends or people. I know a lot of villagers who have junior brothers that they gave a lot of gap that did the same thing to them, or are even still doing the same thing to them. And I also know that there are a lot of people out there that have junior brothers that are still doing the same thing to their junior brother. Please, don't maltreat your junior brother because nobody knows tomorrow. You might be the king today. Tomorrow, he might be the king. I know the push I gave to my junior brother brought him to where he is today, but that is a wrong push. What if something bad happened to him? What if he fell into wrong hands? What if he joined bad gang? What if? A lot of what ifs. So please, if you have a junior brother, care for him. Don't maltreat him because no one knows tomorrow. I hope my story touched you and I hope you learned a lot from it. My name is Kenneth. Please feel free to come to my DM if you have any issues in your life, marriage, or relationship. I am just a DM away and will help you solve it or give you an advice on it. Thank you for listening to this story. See you in another story. Bye for now.